How's it going, everyone? As the Deal Mania sale is wrapping up, we are going back to the well with Planet of the Discounts. Man, I want one of the interns at Sony or whoever works at Sony that decides the names of the sale to sit down and come up with some awesome names like Deal Mania, because, you know, Planet of the Discounts I just feel like has been done to death. I feel like we got a Planet of the Discount sale multiple times a year. Maybe once a year on each of these sales would be good, but how about, you know, more Deal Mania type nomenclatures for these sales? But I digress. There are 3,000 deals as a part of the Planet of the Discount sale. We're gonna filter it by full games, game bundles, and premium editions, and that's gonna knock it down to 2,100 deals that are available right now. There's also a games under $15 sale, fairly certain that sale just covers the deals in Planet of the Discounts under $15. So let's have a look at it. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 cross-gen bundle is $34.99. Alright, we're just gonna go past that. Hogwarts Legacy Digital Deluxe Edition, 70% off for $24. The Digital Deluxe Edition of Hogwarts Legacy is worthless. The only reason this edition existed was because of fake early access. So I would just try to get the base game on sale, and I believe it is still on sale as a part of Deal Mania, which is ending tonight. GTA 5 is $19.79. You've got UFC 5 down to $35. They are running the UFC in the Sphere this weekend, so I feel like they always time out the UFC discounts, but UFC 5 for $35, I feel like that's way too high of a price point. Resident Evil 4 is $29.99. Alan Wake 2 down to $39. While I wasn't as crazy about Alan Wake 2 as a lot of other people, I understand why people enjoyed it from an atmosphere visual standpoint. The game is phenomenal. It is one of the most technically impressive games that you are going to come across. They are doing a physical release of it. It is getting some narrative-based DLC, so keep that in mind. But yeah, $39 for that, I would say, is fairly good. Kind of wild to think about. Alan Wake 2 is already a year old, or next month it'll be a year old. I feel like it just came out fairly recently, but yeah, time flies. God of War Ragnarok on PlayStation 5 is $39.89. I imagine most of you guys own it, but it's a solid sequel to God of War 2018. I'm gonna be real, I enjoyed God of War 2018 more. I know that might be a little bit of a controversial take. I liked Ragnarok. I know some people had their opinions about the Atreus sections. I didn't even hate those sections. I thought the game was really good. I just thought God of War 2018 had like a little bit of the new factor of the God of War shift from the original style into the new style, and I was super compelled by that. Ragnarok was a lot more of the same from what we got out of 2018, which isn't a bad thing, and it does develop in some areas, but yeah, $39 for that, quite good. If you do want the PS4 version, that is $29.99. Obviously, they did drop free DLC for that in Valhalla, which was quite sizable for free DLC. Diablo 4 is $29.99, 40% off on that, so that's something to check out. Vessel of Hatred out in about a month. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, 20% off for $28. I mean, that collection wasn't received all too well, to say the least. Assassin's Creed Mirage, 50% off for $24.99. I didn't hate Assassin's Creed Mirage, however, I went into AC Mirage thinking that it was going to be a callback to the older Assassin's Creed games, and it was going to be something that I could really enjoy like I did, you know, Assassin's Creeds of the early to mid 2010s, and it wasn't that at all. It's a smaller scale game, which I certainly did appreciate. That kind of had to be a smaller scale game, given that it was an expansion initially that got spun into a full game. Narratively, I thought it was fine. I thought the ending was a little bit whatever, to say the least, but you know, $25 for that isn't bad. Tekken 8 Deluxe, 30% off for $70. I mean, that's pricey, but Tekken 8 is awesome. You know, Tekken is one of those fighting games that I really enjoy. I like the fast-paced element to it. Soundtrack in that game is great as well, and crazy single-player campaign that isn't super lengthy, but it is just absolute insanity. Sea of Thieves, 35% off for $26. Apparently, that game has been crushing it commercially on PlayStation 5, so good for them on that. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, 30% off for $42. The Digital Deluxe Edition is $49, excuse me. SMT5 is a game that if you like this style of game, you'll enjoy. It's not the JRPG that I'm gonna gravitate towards. I did like the more darker narrative to it, And if you're a fan of the monster collecting, or in this case, demon collecting aspect of the game, that probably will be enough for you to enjoy it. And mechanically, it's a really well done battle system. It's just, it wasn't for me as much, but still a worthwhile game. A lot of content there as well, with 2 routes to go through. If you didn't play the game on the Nintendo Switch when it initially came out, it's worthwhile to go through the game twice, because there's 2 different story arcs that you could go through. $42 for that is pretty good. Hell Let Loose, 40% off for $30. A Way Out is $6. Call of Duty World War II is $19.79. Last of Us Remastered is $9.99. Borderlands Legendary Collection is 80% off for $9.99. This deal is phenomenal, given that you got Borderlands the Handsome Collection and Borderlands Remastered. That is just an insane amount of value for your dollar. Strongly recommend that. Just a tremendous deal. For some reason, a Handsome Collection is priced at $9.99, and Game of the Year edition of Borderlands 1 is priced at $9.89. Just get the Legendary Collection, especially, obviously, if you don't own any of this. I mean, that's the route to go. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, 30% off for $42. This, you look at a deal like this, you guys, and this is why going digital only might be a little bit questionable, because this game is literally on sale for a physical copy for $20 regularly at Best Buy, Amazon, and Walmart. The fact is, it is $42 on the PlayStation Store, and this is the cheapest we've seen this collection for. If it was at least $30, I would be like, alright, that's like kinda close. $42, literally over double the cost of the game physically. That is insane, and they get a larger margin on the digital release, which is, obviously you don't want to undercut your partners at your brick and mortar stores, but that's still insane that it's over double the cost of it physically. But you know, it is MGS 1, 2, and 3. They're great games, but yeah, the price point's insane. Kingdom Come Deliverance is $3. You ideally want to pick up the Royal Edition, which, let's see if the Royal Edition is on sale right now. It is unfortunately not, but the base game, if you do want to check it out, like $3 for that is a pretty decent deal. Atlas Fall, Reign of Sand, 40% off for $29.99. This is over a year old. I do not know how this game has sustained a $30 price point. They did just drop an update that added quite a bit of new content. I have a buddy that loves this game. He's probably one of the 4 people on planet Earth that is like, that thinks Atlas Fallen is like this phenomenal game. It does have some cool traversal mechanics. The combat is pretty flashy. Narratively, it ain't all that great, and it doesn't have like a ton of content, but $30 is just too pricey. I would say for like $9.99, or when that game inevitably gets added to Plus Extra or as a Plus Essential title, it's worth playing, but yeah, $30 is way too much. Unravel 2 is $4.99. COD MW Remastered $19.99. Resident Evil 5 is $4.99. Mafia 3 Definitive Edition is $7.49. Batman Return to Arkham is $5. Obviously, that's a great deal. Mafia 2 $7.49. Skyrim is $9.99. You know, if you're one of the 2 people that doesn't own that, that's a really good deal. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered $7.99. Hot Pursuit is awesome. That Remastered Edition is unfortunately nothing to write home about. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection is $19.79. I mean, if you don't want to spend $30 on Diablo 4 and you want to get Diablo 3 and all the content, it's still worthwhile to go through Diablo 3. And under $20 for everything you're getting. Not a bad pickup. Alan Wake 2 Deluxe Edition is $52. This does give you the DLC content that is coming out, so I would say that is a pretty good buy for Alan Wake 2. You know, again, my opinion is my opinion on the game, but it's just like with Baldur's Gate 3. While I didn't love Baldur's Gate 3, it is a game I do plan on replaying at some point, as is Alan Wake 2. And with Baldur's Gate 3, I never even finished that game. I mean, it was way too daunting of a task for me, and it just didn't grip me as much as everybody else. But again, I think when you look at the general consensus, both games are seen as phenomenal titles, so just go take that opinion and go play them. Persona 4 Golden, $12. P4G is awesome. A lot of people consider it the best Persona game. You really can't go wrong with any of them, and Persona 4 Golden is great, especially at that price point. Remnant 2, $24.99, kind of pricey. That is available on Plus Extra. It is getting some DLC here shortly, but a little bit too hefty of a price point for my liking. Monster Hunter World Iceborne Master Edition Digital Deluxe, $25 on that. Monster Hunter World is great. You get the Iceborne expansion here. You get some other superfluous content. If you want to get into Monster Hunter, that's a pretty damn good option. Stalker Call of Pripyat is $14. However, you probably want to look at Stalker Legends of the Zone trilogy, which gives you the 3 Stalker games, the older Stalker titles. Hopefully Stalker 2 comes out on PlayStation 5 sooner rather than later. I believe Xbox has a timed exclusivity agreement with it. It's going to be on Game Pass as well, but Hoping for the best out of Stalker 2, as that game has had the tumultuous development cycle for obvious reasons. What else we got? Dead Space Digital Deluxe, $28. Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, $9.99. Fallout 76, $9.99. Sleeping Dogs Definitive, $4.49. Obviously, that's great. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. You want to talk about games bombing? The Digital Deluxe edition of that, 80% off for $19.99. That is a new low price for Suicide Squad, as the base game was going 70% off for $21. Here, you have the Digital Deluxe edition, even cheaper than the basement price so far of the standard edition, and it's 20 bucks. This is a game that had fake early access baked into it, and the early access didn't turn out to work all the time, and then you do get like a battle pass token and, you know, nonsense like that, your typical live service nonsense. $19.99 for that. I don't even hate Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I think you could have some mindless fun with it, and you should pay like the price point that I would say you pay for like Agents of Mayhem. It is that level of game where if you want like a completely nonsensical open world action title that you can have a little bit of fun with, like, it's fine, but Rocksteady had a standard in place, and this game is so far below that standard, and it had the $100 Digital Deluxe edition, which was whack. It was a travesty, a disaster, but you know, you can have some fun with it if you buy it for like $5. Saints Row 4 Re-Elected is $3, not a bad deal for Saints Row 4. Resident Evil Village is $16, Mortal Kombat XL $4.99, Dying Light 2 is $24, still a little bit pricey for that, but you know, I enjoyed Dying Light 2, it's just that is a hefty price, but Resident Evil 4 OG is $4.99, Pacific Drive Deluxe is $21, not a bad deal there for that. Outlast Trial seeing a discount, 33% off for $26.79. Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, the bundle is $55. Gotta get that a little bit cheaper. Can we get it down to $50 so you could at least make the argument RDR1 in that bundle would be $30, which I thought was the price point it probably should have come out at, but, you know, Rockstar gonna Rockstar and not even give you 60 FPS at launch. But now RDR1 does have 60 FPS. It's a phenomenal game, and a lot of people would just be like, hey, just spend that kind of money on it. I believe Red Dead 1 is now going on sale for the standalone version without Red Dead 2 for like $35, so you know, that's not a horrible price, especially because you get Undead Nightmare, and especially because the game is absolutely tremendous. But yeah, take that for what you will. What else we got? Stalker Shadows of Chernobyl is $14. Flintlock The Siege of Dawn Deluxe Edition is $31.49. I did not like that game whatsoever, but it does have some cool traversal mechanics, I will say that, and platforming. I thought the platforming in that game was really well done. World War Z is $15. Cat Quest 3 seeing its first discount, and Plus subscribers get it 30% off for $14. Hey, that's a charming as hell RPG, and for that price point, I would say it's pretty good. Not super lengthy, but if you want something on the shorter side, not a bad pickup there. Lies of Peace still holding up in price, 40% off for $36. The game's a year old and still holding up that strongly in price, so that's kind of, you know, it's a testament to how well that game was received, because it was received really, really well. Yakuza Kiwami, 45% off for $11, a little bit too hefty of a price point for Yakuza Kiwami. It's great, but $11 is way too expensive for that, given the price it's been at in the past. Dishonored Definitive Edition, $5 on that is great. Grandia HD Collection, $28, some throwback RPGs there. Not a bad shout there. Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate is $9, but you can get the Mortal Kombat 11 and Injustice 2 Legendary Edition bundle for $9.99. That is a lot of content for your money, and if you want some fighting games, that's a damn good option. Dishonored 2, $5.99. Battlefield 1 Revolution, $5.99. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is $5.09. Not a bad pickup there. If you don't want to spend, you know, the hefty price for Dogma 2. Wild Hearts is $21. That is baked into EA Access now, so you can play it that way. Borderlands 3 Next Level bundle for $7. Ain't bad. Sonic Frontiers, $21. I am super high on that game. Always talk it up. It's a great game. Wolfenstein 2, $6. Catherine Full Body Edition, $7.99. Damn good deal there. Catherine's a quirky, zany game that's certainly not going to be for everyone, but if you want a narrative-driven title with some pretty quirky puzzle mechanics as well, and a pretty quirky story as well, with some different pathways, replayability. I really enjoyed Catherine. I played it when it initially came out, and the Full Body Edition was good. It's just I thought the initial $50 price tag was a little bit of a stretch. Dragon's Crown Pro, $4 on that is great. Alone in the Dark, $49 for the Deluxe Edition. Yeah, way too expensive on that. Naruto X Boruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections, $30 isn't a bad price point. If you like Storm, you're gonna have fun with it. It's just, I thought it was a fairly egregious cash grab, especially given they were dropping $95 Ultimate Editions, which is on sale for $57 right now, but I just thought, you know, that game was a cash grab. Like, let's be real here. Let's just get Storm 5. Like, come on now. Let's get Storm 5 out there because, you know, next-gen Storm sounds pretty damn good to me. Titanfall 2 Ultimate is $6. Ghostwire Tokyo, $14.99 on that. I enjoyed Ghostwire Tokyo. I thought it was a pretty solid, I don't want to say a horror game. It had horror elements, but it's more so an action game with a darker ambiance and tone to it. I didn't find it to be that eerie or scary or anything like that. It was done by Tango Gameworks, excuse me, I was about to say Tripwire. Tango Gameworks, who obviously got shut down, so that's a bummer. But yeah, enjoyed Ghostwire Tokyo for what it was. Assassin's Creed Valhalla Ragnarok Edition is $25, a lot of content there. Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, $9.59. Sword and Fairy Together Forever is $19.99, 10% additional off if you're a Plus subscriber. $16 for that is pretty good. Crew Motorfest, which will in fact be retaining an offline component. The cross-gen bundle, the PS5 version, is $21, so 70% off on that. Cat Quest 1 is $3.89. Great deal there. Definitely a solid pickup for Cat Quest 1 if you don't want to pay the premium for Cat Quest 3 right now. What else we got? Naruto Storm 4 Road to Boruto is $9.99. Prey Digital Deluxe, $9.99. A lot of good deals. I'll go through the entirety of the sale and we'll do our typical stuff, but a lot of the standard stuff on sale as always. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.